I heard that these are taking these huge increases, right? So it's like Bitcoin has these huge increases, Litecoin has these huge increases. My friend's like, Ryan, you should throw some cash in this. So I opened up a Coinbase account, and through like $6,000-7,000. And the funny part is like I saw it go up to like 8-10 grand. I'm like, oh sweet, threw some more cash in, and then it just boom plummeted, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? So that's been my experience, right, with cryptocurrency. So the funny part is I know. So I've always played it safe in the internet marketing realm, where I'm like, okay, I know I can find a traffic source, I know I can find a product source, and match the two and make money either as on a commission as an affiliate or as the vendor, product owner, and so we've always done that, right? Just as this. So the cool part is Jamie told me, hey, my wife is crushing it with crypto, and told me what you're doing for him. I was like, wow, I really need to learn more about this. So the cool part is correct me if I'm wrong, you have like the crypto ways to make money now, like it was with the Bitcoin, right, and the Litecoin, and finding the other coins, right, that are taking off, and capitalizing on that. So this is what I'm trying to understand on my side, right, because I don't. That's my knowledge on the cryptocurrency and that world.
So I think what's really important for you is that to know that there's technical trading and then there's fundamental trading. And before you know anything, that there was so much hype last year and there was so much increase in just Bitcoin alone. It was really exciting. With these two different trading, technical trading, those traders don't like fundamental trading. So there's this ebb and flow of disconnect within the realm of trading in general. This could go between stocks or crypto, which is digital asset class. A fundamental trader, they take all the fundamentals into consideration. So they're like, all right, well, one is like, what's the team? What's the technology? Where's the usage? Is it long term? Is it infrastructure? Is it like electricity, utility? That they're going for a long term. So whether the market goes up or down, they have very strong emotional stomach, and they just go with it, knowing long term they're not going to cash out for 1 to 2 to 3 years. Now, a technical trader hates the way that a fundamentalist thinks. They say, hell no. There's the entire market with stocks and crypto. They're pretty much mimic me.
So I was gonna say it's kind of similar. Stocks is very similar to crypto. It's
exactly the same, except for there's major restrictions in the stock market, and there's not major restrictions yet in crypto land, which makes it extremely available to all social circles, all economic levels right now. It's not going to stay that way. Or this is the only opportunity we have in the next probably year or two, because the governments were not taking this blockchain seriously until February, when they found out Binance made more money last year than the Deutsche Bank. So that really triggered the banks to go, oh, I'm missing out on money. And so back to you. So fundamental trading is just buying and holding. We call it hodling in crypto land. Technical traders, they know that it's an ocean. You're constantly going up and down. And they've learned how to read charts. And chart reading is part of Crypto Renegade. You'll learn how to read a chart. It's like the heart monitor, right? Well, what does that mean? Unless you're a doctor, you don't know the heart monitor. So you can learn simple heart monitoring reading skills, right? So the technical traders know that sometimes they're waiting. Sometimes they're not doing anything for 2 weeks, because a typical coin could go through these same cycles, just like a girl gets her period. So does the coin, right?
Right.
Cycle, and sometimes there's only 2 weeks out of a month that coin is going to cycle up and then down. And so you're making all your money usually like on 1 week of one coin a month, if that. So
you're buying so ideally you're buying when you see the dip, and then you sell on the increase.
Yeah, you learn how to read the chart so you can see that when it's about to go up. So you jump on that wave, you surf it on high, and as soon as you can tell that the downward trend is happening, you jump off. And then there's this currency that's called Tether, Tether, and what Tether is developed to maintain the value of $1. And so I found this amazing bot builder, and this most simplistic system. So there was very low annoyance on getting it up and running. And I asked him, I'm like, Philip, can you please create a tether feature? Because everything was fabulous. It keeps you positioned in up to the top 25 market cap coins, which are the ones that like all the money is going into, right? And then once, like, so what'll happen is traditionally the last 5 years, the all-time high of the market happens around December 12th to January 7th. So if you were in tune with what technical traders call, some of them, they trade off conditions, okay? There's always been repetitive conditions at this time. So there's no mistake that this one exchange called BACT, B-A-K-K-T, which is owned by the ICE, Intercontinental Exchange, which owns the NYSE, New York Stock Exchange, and is merged with Microsoft, Starbucks, and Pansera Financial. They were going to open in November. They decided, nope, we're going to open December 12th. They're trading futures. It's a little complicated, but I'll go quick and you'll get it. To trade a futures contract of Bitcoin, first of all, the software, December 12th, that goes live, stockbrokers cannot buy, or if you work for a bank, cannot buy crypto because there's no custodian agreement. And what that means is that you have to have someone hold the certificate. So when you're buying stock, you have to have 3 people involved: the buyer, the stockbroker, and the certificate holder. Well, crypto is designed to get the banks out of the picture. So now BACT has created this futures agreement. They've somewhat created some kind of like a custodian situation. A futures contract means someone is betting on the price of Bitcoin almost all the way to 5 to 10 years from now.
Oh, wow.
So this means this digital asset class is what?
So this is the person that's going to be holding on to the investment longer,
so,
more
yeah,
or less.
So people think, oh, this is funny money. It's not. When you have the creator of the New York Stock Exchange that's created BACT, they're selling futures with a 10-year potential contract to get into futures. Now, this is the separation of classes. The regulation is starting, so you've got to get in if you're not wealthy yet now, because you have to have at least 1 Bitcoin. So the entrance price for this is like whatever the price of Bitcoin is. So 6,500, right?
That's deep.
And then it's higher. So here we've had traditionally in economic situations where if you're not wealthy, you can't enter. And so as time goes on, as this gets more lucrative, there'll be more and more of, oh, we're going to protect you stuff happening. So it's a very crucial time to educate as many people as we can to almost get grandfathered into some of these exchanges so they already have coins that are available to them. And so once everything in this technology, the blockchain technology soars, I teach people what the infrastructure is. So let's say you have $100, 70% should probably be in, and I'm not a financial advisor and I never will be, okay? But what I've heard is a good idea is 70% should be in technical trading and 30% should be in those fundamentals. So the 30% is going to just be there, whether up or down, low or go, you just keep on going. And then that's so cute, 70% you can ride the waves with. And so with that you've got to use like
Hey Susie, really quick. So I didn't realize I have to grab my daughter really quick.
Okay.
I hate to interrupt this. Can I pick her up for like 15 minutes? And can we pause this recording, and then we'll pick up right from this because we're right back here. I'm gonna throw my seatbelt on and just turn around. Cool. Okay. So how's the? My vehicle's probably like.
It looks great.
Can you see that? Okay, cool. Do you need these lights on, or does that make a difference?
That looks good.
It's good. We're getting snow, which is crazy in the background. Cool, awesome. So, cool. So actually, what we'll do is here. So I'll jump back and I'll look here.
So I pressed record, so we're recording, but we can edit all.
Okay. So cool. So say, hey Susie, sorry about that. We're back now live. You were telling us on the different options for people to go ahead and trade, and now I'm actually picking up my daughter, so there's a whole new scene here. But you're giving us different options, right, and different like classifications of traders and people that
are making money with Bitcoin, what do you suggest, right? Me as an internet marketer, right? Like I know what I know on the whole Bitcoin. Oh, here, we'll do this.
Don't look at the camera, look at the road so people don't say.
I know. Here, I'm gonna, you know what? I want to put it right there in my corner.
We're gonna edit that.
So is this better?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't want like your insurance company to be like, you that's
right.
Don't look at
Right. So for me, as an internet marketer, right, and not having a huge knowledge in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, what would you recommend I would do, right? So you have the graphs that you mentioned, which is brilliant, right? So we're following the dips and the peaks, and then you mentioned that there's this new cryptocurrency, right, that's coming out, where you said the was it Feather? No, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's like Tether. It sounds like a
Feather
in your hat, but they call it Tether.
Right. And then you said so it's one Bitcoin to get into that, right?
No, for future. So this
Future.
exchange is being opened up. The reason why Backed is such a significant situation is that the stockbrokers and the institutional money will now have total access to get into crypto land. Up until now, they buy their bylaws. I worked for a bank, and when we wanted to buy any investments, we had to clear it with the attorney. And so if you work for an institution in the United States, you have no freedom of just investing at your own will. You have to get approval. There's a lot of restrictions, and those restrictions have caused a lot of downtime and uptime and when trading happens. Like when, for instance, when a company does when they have to report their company earnings every quarter. If you work for that company, you cannot buy or sell stock within a certain time before and after that earnings report. So with that being said, and I guess the most important thing is that there are upward swings, and with the bot that's been created, it's designed so that you can choose up to the top 25 market cap coins to keep your money positioned in. And as coins maybe lose their luster, they lose their value, and they fall out of that realm, then the bot automatically sells it off and buys you that position. So I saw Ontology, it was number 25, but it dropped down and Ox took its place. So I didn't do anything. The bot sold it and bought the new one. And
really?
Yeah, and so it's
like, so it does it automatically, like hands off. So basically, it'll manage your money for you.
It manages. I call it like a 401 crypto. The creator, Philip, he calls it like an index fund. So in the past, we're so used to going to a banker and they handle our 401k, right? Right. That's not okay with me. Like I currently have a 401k with a former company. I don't even know how to access it. It is so far from me that like the company closed down. I don't know where it is. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm just happen to be friends with the owner of the company's ex-wife, so I may be able to find it. I don't know. So there's like thousands of dollars that I just don't even know how to get. But in this case scenario, with this like index type bot, you can say put like some money into it, and you have control over where you want it dispersed. It links to a Binance account, so it handles all the money in that Binance account. And it's just keeping you. You can change it and say, all right, with a little line, there's this little line, you click on it and you can put the ticker symbol over and say, I only want the top 3 coins, or I want the top 1 coin. And you click another button that says rebalance. And suddenly all that the bot does is it goes into your Binance account and it sells off and buys whatever you need to do. So
super cool.
It's amazing. It's such a piece of
mind. I can't wait to personally get my account set up, have the bot do some picks for me, and see the benefit. Because honestly, I've never knew that existed. Because I'm going back to the traditional, right? Like you got to have Coinbase, and I would watch those hourly trends, and they give you the 3 or 4 currencies that they manage, And so, you know, I would kind of buy what I would think would be low, and it's just, I can never predict it. But to have something that does it automatically, right, and it's like calculated, is just like, in my opinion, next level. Right? It's like, it's really cool. So I'm excited to be a part of this, and, you know, spreading the word, but as well as what I'm more excited about is being a consumer and a customer of yours, and using the bot for myself. So.
Yeah, like, so here's the thing. I'm like so stuck on having to find something to streamline our time, because look, you're a parent, I'm a parent, you're a spouse,
Right.
spouse. We're children of elderly parents as they grow old. I mean, I can see your house and the beautiful lake behind it. You have a toy, you have a boat. Our time realistically has to be spending doing a lot of things. I want a piece of the digital asset class. I know that currently the overall market cap is like around $200 billion. Last year, January 7th, it was $800 billion. And I also know there's 18 to 19 trillion dollars in institutional money that could easily come over into this asset class. The doors are just now opening for the silo of institutional money to just flow in. Now, even if a fraction, even if the overall crypto land market cap goes from 200 billion to 1 trillion, that's multiplying your money like, what, 5 times?
Right.
And we were really at $890 billion last January 7th. So that was before. And after that, China put restrictions, India put restrictions. Well, guess what just happened? And Google stopped ads and Facebook stopped ads. Well, now that fact is coming, now that the powers to be, that NYSE is now invested, now we have Google is opening ads to only regulated, they're called regulated exchanges. So BACT, BAKKT, is a regulated exchange. I'm not saying to do any business with BACT. I'm just saying because of this, there's 15,000 exchanges worldwide. There's only 2,090 coins. Okay, so the exchanges have gone wild. So it's a wild west. You need somebody that's gone through it, that's made mistakes, that can teach you what not to do. Like, if you touch that burner, you're gonna get burned. So I've created a Telegram group with exchange warning group or something. I'm not quite sure the name of it. I have to look it back up. Where people that I've met along the way, some fans are like, oh my God, I've got 120,000 stuck in this exchange. Oh, I did an arbitrage on this one. They're jacking me around. I'm like, please post it. So we have to have some warriors out there that are like showing the shields and saying, stop. You know, this exchange has given a few of my people bad experiences. Just stay away. There's plenty others to deal with. And then one coin came out, USDC, literally within the programming, they can blacklist you. So we all have to be on top of this technology. We're getting to a point where like paper money, this like, here's a quarter versus digital. This is like a little fake Bitcoin coin. It's going to be dangerous. You think paper money is good, but it is actually safer than digital currency. And I'm going to tell you why, because they can't blacklist you. They can't click a button and stop you from doing this. But with Bitcoin, the digital currency, with that USDC coming out within the programming, they can click blacklist and then there goes all your money. So you have to get educated. That's why I do 2 webinars a week, and it's just going to be evergreen because the technology is changing so fast. It's said that 13 states are going to exit USD. 13. Wow. And they've had secret meetings in July. There are certain educational groups that you should link to, that you can subscribe to, where they tell you what's going on behind the scenes. Let me tell you, this stuff is not on Google. There's even a new browser that I use and a new search engine I use where you can earn coins.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Like
so it all integrates all in one.
Yeah, and what I see happening is what we need to do, forget PayPal moving forward, what we have to do is we've got to get like a ClickBank or a JVZoo on the decentralized blockchain, so it's global, with the digital currency. So UTrust is like the new PayPal of the blockchain, where you can pay with USD or any fiat, or you can pay with all the cryptocurrencies, and then they'll pay you with fiat. So everything in the economic space and in the technical realm is just cheering. I mean, the brilliance of the brains that are jumping to the blockchain technology are like endless.
Well, I love it. I really, I mean, so here's the thing, right? Because like right now, I'm picking up my daughter from Spanish class, right? And essentially, if I have this bot while we're doing this interview, it would be doing exactly all these things you're talking about. It'd be doing these exchanges. It'd be doing these, you know, buying low, selling high, and be making me money essentially, right? Well, which is why I believe everyone should have this in their hands, and yeah, it's super cool because you know this is like it's you know, just in real life, you can see how it would impact someone. So really cool. I mean, this is really cool information. I mean, this is like for me, because like I said, going back, I'm not traditionally in the cryptocurrency or the stock world or the financial market. So for me, it's a lot different, right? I'm actually going to go a little bit more ahead now. For me, it's a lot different because, you know, I'm internet marketing. So I look at a product, look at traffic sources, and do 1 + 1 = 2. And
Your sound stopped.
and
Options existed.
you know, to easily trade, to have bots do it for you. So I'm excited for this, Susie. I see my daughter coming now, so she's going to jump in the car here shortly. Do you have a demo on this page that I can see all the stuff you're talking about?
I believe they're working on it. They should have one for you. So I'll see.
Oh my gosh.
And
I want to check that out.
yeah, and then also I want to make sure you know this, it's not buy low, sell high. It's different. It just buys at whatever the market price is and sells whatever the market price is. All right,
Got it.
The technology keeps positioned. All right, have fun with your daughter. Thanks so much.
Oh no, you're all right. You're all right. No, hey, I was Spanish class. Actually, you could say hi. Say hi to Susie.
What's her name?
Her name's Evelyn.
Is that your?
Hola, ¿cómo estás, Evelyn?
She could be the next cryptocurrency trader. We could get her a bot account.
We should make her the
Hey,
Yep, Digibyte. My son put $5 in Digibyte, and he would look at it every day before school. He goes, Digibyte doubled! And
that's awesome.
he got mad at me because Digibyte went from 1 cent to 10 cent, and I didn't sell it, so I ended up having to give him my Ripple. So then he wanted the Fortnite skin, so I had to sell like $200 of Ripple so he'd have Fortnite skins to make up for the Digibyte downward spiral I held.
That is hilarious. I love it. That is super cool. Well, so what you could do for me, which would be huge, is to send me over that demo because I'm like all over this. I want to check it out. Really, like, you know, because this sounds super cool. Like I mean, it's a whole new world to me that I've, you know, kind of heard about, but now I want to be more, you know, vested in it since I firsthand know people that are using it, that are having results with it. You know, people that I know, like trust you and Jamie. So I'm excited. Thanks so much for you know, educating me, doing this interview, and yeah, giving me this whole new platform to play with and make money with.
All right, we promised you one thing though.
Yeah.
We've got to come on a webinar, okay? Just one
Okay.
because
A
it's
full, get the full spectrum.
I want you to succeed, okay? And this is really another reason why. It's been forecasted by this guy, I call him like the god. His name is Ray Dalio. He owns Bridgewater in Westport, Connecticut. And Bridgewater manages over $160 billion. He was on,
Wow.
yeah, and he wrote this book, The Debt Crisis, and I can't wait to jump into it. It just came live on Amazon. But he said that the USD is going to drop 30% by February 2020. So,
oh my gosh. I believe it. Yeah.
well, and so I think it's really important that if that does happen, that and it's because the stimulus is going to run out, whatever that means. But similar to what happened in Turkey could happen here. So I really think it's important that we all research and keep moving forward as to what digital currency will maintain its integrity. Because 30%, we're going to have some really big issues because I can't foresee any companies giving a 30% raise to any of their employees in the next 18 or 16 months.
Right.
So if, you know, as long as we have electricity, then we're going to be good if we have a collaboration of a digital currency, gold, and some USD. But it's a point in time where we really have to like keep our ears and eyes open and keep our families safe and secure. Get all your commodities that you like, your wood, your oil, your canned foods. Just be ready so that if in February 2020 we do go through a hiccup and you have to wait for international money to bail you out, then we can survive. Now, if you have digital currency that has a good value right then, and your USD, your fiat's going down, then you at least have something to keep you going.
Right. Makes sense. Hunter, yeah, that's super cool. Yeah. So let me know your next webinar. I'm going to check it out for sure. Or if you have a replay link, shoot it my way, because I want to for sure learn more about that in depth, because it's like you said, it's just a whole new world that for me I know nothing about. Now I know you guys are crushing it with this, so I'm all ears, and
yeah,
and show me the way.
And also, like, ultimately for your products that you're developing, the best thing to do is Andre Antonopoulos. He's an expert in the blockchain technology, and he says that we really, if we're accepting cryptocurrency and paying with it, the fluctuation doesn't matter because you're getting it constantly, you're paying with it. And so you can go on to Coinbase and you can actually set yourself up to accept cryptocurrency for your products that you're selling. So ultimately, I really wish that our product was on a platform that accepted that, but it's coming. I mean, I'm absolutely positive by 2019 that will be integrated into the normal, like, buying and selling of all of the products that you and your friends and our friends do. It's going to be the new norm.
That's awesome. I love it. Cool. Well, let me know when you guys have that feature added, because
yeah, well, I'll teach you how to do it yourself. I mean, you're not going to stick with me long. This is like, you're just in welcome land. I'm the welcome wagon to crypto land, and you're going to be in my nest. I'm going to kick you out, and you're going to fly. You're going to actually learn the skills to research yourself, fight through the bullshit, right? You'll know the target questions to ask. Is this the real deal, or is this some shady shit?
Right. Yeah, that's the main thing that you have to figure out. Well, my experience, that's the main. That's especially now you have so many coins, so many altcoins and this and that. It's like what's real, what's not. It was
cool. Yeah, when I started, I was so confused. I was just calling anybody I needed to get like the next best coin. I didn't know how to research, and then I just figured it out over time and months of just continued investigation and listening. And then I was like, oh, okay. So now I don't really so much search for answers with the wrong people. I know where to go to and I know how to see and understand and how to read the heartbeat. Like one of the things is Bitcoin dominance. It's been averaging at 54%. And what that means is of the $200 billion in the market cap, Bitcoin has been holding like $102 billion. But now, this is the key. When the all-time happened last year, the Bitcoin dominance went down to about 30%. Now, why is that amazing and that's good? Because all of that other 20% of revenue went into the altcoins, and ding, 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 jackpot. So that's where those altcoins that are like, I got like 1,10,000 coins for $25. So really? Yeah, that little coin that was a fraction of a penny for $25, that $10,000, that coin became 30 cents. So that $25 turned into 3,000. But little did I know that was even possible, because I bought that coin in August. I was just scanning coins. I was like, how can I maximize on my money? And I was too new to know bad, right? And I was like, wow, that was like a really good winner. But again, it dropped. So thank God I had people kind of leading me saying, take profit, take profit. And so I was able to take profit, everything that I had put in, and then some profit I took out. I did leave a lot in because I didn't want to be, I just wanted to keep my positions. And so a part of my portfolio did tank with everybody else's, but it's okay. So I have to do fundamentals. This time around, it's like I already know the fundamental good coins. So when I go in to do any technical trading, I'll only enter with the fundamental coins that if I miss the jump off, I'm still okay with holding long term.
I see.
Does that make
But
sense? So
it does. It does. Cool. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm super excited to check out the demo. Super excited to be a part of this in whichever way I can. And cool. So shoot that over to me. We're actually pulling up here now, so we're gonna have some dinner. And she told me she's hungry a few times down the drive. I don't know if you could hear her or not. So we're pulling in here, and yeah, it's actually some snow's coming down. Some small flakes. So we're gonna get warm inside and get some food. So thanks so much for your time for this, this one-on-one explanation, just impromptu, this interview, I guess you could call it, just with understanding this more, right, on how I can use it, how I can refer it to, people that I care about, and how we can make it a win-win.
Yeah, it's safety first.
Yes.
All right, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good dinner.
Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Say bye, Ev. He's back there somewhere. Bye-bye.